Studio Q, Queen's student television program, is brought to you in part by Procter & Gamble, continuing a long tradition of hiring Queen's students.
Hi there, welcome back to another episode of Studio Q. I'm Teza.
And I'm Abbey. We are on site this week at Flowers and Things in celebration of Valentine's Day here at 275 Queen Street.
Yeah, so if you have a significant other, please keep this place in mind. We've got some really nice things.
It's AMS election time once again on campus, and here's Jen Mondoux with your first look at the election results.
This is a night that this team won't soon forget. By a mere margin of 60 votes, Taz Mohammed, Kevin Rex, and Jane Shantz became next year's AMS executive.
There you go, and it's got limited edition this year. You got it.
After 6 months of planning and hard work, and a campaign platform which stressed bringing it back to students, the Mohammed team expressed their elation over their victory.
Honestly, I didn't think I was catching up.
Yes, your son is the vice president. Yeah, I'm pretty happy about it.
You get that.
Here's to a fabulous transition.
But for the current AMS executive, it was a night of mixed emotions. We caught up with Phillips, Minerson, and Wilson at the QP Wednesday night as they waited for the results. And how do they feel about passing on the torch?
It's a bit of up and down. The down is that you'll be missing a lot of great people that you worked with this year, a lot of great people that you met and so forth. And for me, a personal down is the public coverage and the golden words won't happen anymore next year.
As for the final tally, Bertrand Smith and Loca ran a close second behind the Mohammed team, with Carlisle, Ward, and Whiting coming in third. In Faculty Society elections, Kristen Cochran and Andrew Boggs became the new Assets Executive, Jennifer Gordon the new President, and Steve Goldback the new Vice President of the Commerce Society, and the 1994-95 NSTOC Executive includes President Matt Fenwick, Vice President of Society Affairs Dan Gutman, and VP Operations Jamie Harkness. With elections over and done with, our new executives have several months of transition to look forward to before they take over next September. And if you're wondering what voter turnout was, keep in mind that a substantial 33% of Queen students turned out to cast their vote. For Studio Q, I'm Jen Mondoux reporting.
Still to come on Studio Q, want a crash course in Canadian culture? Then lace up some skates and try the national sport. It's the International Centre's second annual hockey game for beginners. We'll have highlights later, only on Studio Q.
The Heritage Front has come out against Surface. A spokesperson for the Toronto-based white supremacist group told Studio Q last week that they have given copies of the paper to the Ontario Provincial Police. The group is asking the OPP's anti-hate crime unit to investigate the paper for its so-called anti-white bias. Last week, Heritage Front posters were found here on campus. As a result, the university and the AMS have asked Security and Walk Home Services to remove any Heritage Front posters that they find.
Feeling broke? Short on cash? Well, you're not the only one. The financial crunch has also hit the AMS, and several services face serious deficit problems. Here's Heather McDiarmid with the details.
The 1993-94 AMS efficiency audit came out this Monday and confirmed what most students had suspected. The AMS services are operating at a deficit. The chair of the AMS Board of Directors, Grant Hughes, explained that the AMS services are budgeted to lose money each year. There are some services, however, which have faced more financial difficulties than others.
Well, Alfie's had a really tough first 4 months of the year, and although things are picking up now, right now they're down about $16,000, and by the end of the year we'll probably lose between $20,000 and $25,000. They were budgeted to break even more or less at zero, and so that's that's the real deficit for us.
The service's efficiency audit attributed the decline in revenues to several factors, including the increased popularity of the cheaper prices on light nights at downtown bars, such as The Shot, AJ's Hangar, and Dr. Gertie's. Vice President Williams has full authority over lowering liquor prices at Alfie's, but refuses to do so.
He's not really as concerned with the financial aspect of Alfie's as he is with the liability.
But Alfie's isn't the only service being affected by the slowdown. The Student Constable Service has in turn felt the service's deficit.
Not busy, we'll send a few home. So there's definitely been a decrease in numbers, especially first term. This term it's been picking up, so we do have 6 constables on more often, but not sort of consistently like we have in the past.
Vids in the Hall has also been a trial-based service which has experienced major losses, partly due to the lack of awareness and competition within the vicinity.
What we've done since January 1st this year was decrease our movie stock from 1,000 movies to 700 movies. So that's taken away our about $2 or $3 grand from our movie lease payments per month. We've also implemented $1 movie days from Monday to Wednesday, and that's increased awareness on campus and in turn increased our sales as well. We are also offering specials on the weekends going for 50 cents off certain movies that we've chosen different genres of movies.
The AMS has possible plans to replace Vids in the Hall.
Well, we've been looking at something called a used bookstore, which would operate throughout the year, and there would be a storage space somewhere on campus and a computer set up somewhere in the JDC, and students could come in and type up the book they're looking for, and if we had it in storage, someone would go retrieve it, and that way students could make money selling their books, and it would operate the whole year round.
So what are the general findings from this year's efficiency audit? Well, with the exception of the Publishing and Copy Center, most AMS services here on campus are in trouble financially. But according to Grant Hughes, the problem can be covered by an enormous unallocated surplus that has been building up over the years. Reporting for Studio Q, I'm Heather McDiarmid.
Queen's delegate Fawn Morrison and McGill's Richard Latour staged a mock rape when they were dissatisfied with the debate among delegates on the Committee on the Status of Women. Morrison defended her actions as a political statement to heighten awareness of the violence against women. The protest, staged as a form of guerrilla theater, caused the students' expulsion from Model UN.
The fact was that they broke the rules of conduct for debate, and because of that reason, they were asked to discontinue their participation in the Assembly. It was their participation in the formalized debate structure of the United Nations which they contravened, and thus were asked to refrain from participating.
Queen Southeast Asian Club and the Center for Canada-Asian Business Relations sponsored Asian Week this past week. A special cultural variety evening featured dance, music, and drama from countries like Indonesia, Malaysia, and Thailand.
You guessed it, it's What's on Wear time with Kathy White. The Shot is hosting a number of events this week, beginning on Friday night with an Arts 95 semi-formal. Saturday night, the Shot is the place for the Camp Here Ontario reunion. On Monday is the Camp Outlook pool tourney. Tuesday, win Eurorail passes at the Odyssey Travel Fair and listen to the sound of Haskell and the Cleavers. Wednesday, be at the Shot for the LTC Old Boys reunion. 94th, don't miss the chance to be part of the last Arts 94 Love Smoker on Saturday night at Alfie's. Get there early to support your graduating year. Tuesday, catch the live sounds of student bands Pigtown Fling and Leisure Suit Larry. Head on down to Dr. Gertie's on Thursday night for a great deal on pictures and the men and women's rugby smoker. Finish off dinner in the ghetto at Dr. Gertie's with light prices till 9:30. Sunday, be part of Dr. Gertie's own Winter Olympics. Come watch the games and celebrate with gold medal prices. That's it for What's on Wear this week. Have a great time at one of Kingston's pubs.
It was baptism by fire, or ice. International students at Queen's were introduced to the freezing cold weather by a rousing game of hockey last week, and Jay Durant was there to catch all the action.
Hi, I'm Maria de Valle and I'm from Mexico.
Hi, I'm Alex Serrano, I'm from Mexico.
Hi, my name is Uthman, I am from Libya.
Susan Huggett from Sydney University, Sydney, Australia.
I'm Michael, I'm from Bermuda, and I'm here to play some hockey because we're big time.
So what do all these people have in common? They're all international students competing in the second annual round-robin hockey tournament organized by the International Student Center. The only rule is novice skaters only. Many of the players have only been on skates a few times, and some are going out for the very first time on the ice. One of the organizers, Susan Anderson of the International Student Center, says that the tournament has attracted tremendous interest from students who have come here from other countries to study at Queen's.
This is the second year for this tournament, and there's a tremendous amount of interest on the part of students, so we've been surprised by that. Last year, we thought we'd play one game, see how people enjoyed it. It's for novice skaters only, so if you know how to skate, if you know how to stop and turn around and skate backwards, then you're not eligible to play in these games. And we didn't expect that there would be that many people wanting to risk breaking their arm or their neck, and we were wrong.
In fact, each of the three teams involved, Victoria Hall, the International Center, and the School of English, have had over 50 students sign up to play. For the participants of the games and the avid supporters, the tournament is a fun way to learn a very important part of Canadian culture, hockey. But do these students see hockey in the same light?
Everyone likes to watch it, and most people play it. If they don't, they try, give it a go, and there's all the variations, floor hockey and broom hockey and whatnot. So yeah, I mean, I think they think it's important, especially to have a team that they can support and everything.
With more of these hockey tournaments already in the making, do these players think that one day they can play in the NHL?
Well, hopefully, I don't know my size, but...
Oh, no, I don't think so, but I'll try.
No, I don't think so. I don't want to.
I hope so. If I try again, this is the first time for me, but I hope it will...
The games have been played over the past 2 Fridays, with the final match taking place this Friday as the international floors of Victoria Hall take on the School of English at the Jock Hardy Arena. And who knows, there might just be some NHL scouts in the stands checking out the fresh new batch of hockey talent. For Studio Q, I'm Jason Durant reporting.
Money is always a big issue for students, and around Valentine's Day it becomes an even bigger issue. On this week's It's Your Money segment, Brenda Marshall looks at the most expensive Valentine's Day dates and shows all of us without a Valentine how much money we're going to save this year.
This week's segment of It's Your Money is dedicated to all those single people on the Queen's campus, while the rest of commercial society reminds us how alone we really are. Cameraperson Vic and I went out on the ultimate mock date in Kingston to show you how much money you'll be saving this Valentine's Day by not having that special someone. Before the ultimate Valentine's Day date, the ultimate Valentine's Day preparations must take place. We stopped here at McMahon's Flowers to pick up a dozen long-stemmed red roses. Yep, Vic's really trying to impress me. Now, red roses this Valentine's Day are going to run you anywhere between $20 and $70 a dozen, with a 15% student discount for deliveries in the Kingston area. It wouldn't be Valentine's Day without the perfect card. And here at Balloon Express, the perfect card is going to cost you between about $1.90 and $2.50. Oh, that's so sweet. Another Valentine's Day favorite are chocolates. Here at the Chocolate Carousel, it's going to cost you between $1.20 and $24 for this Belgian chocolate box filled with truffles to make your sweetheart a little bit more sweet this Valentine's Day. Now, in case you're thinking that your date might heat up a little later on, this one will not, Vic. It's important to go along with the proper protection. Valentine's Day condoms here at Rapture, which are $2.50, and we also thought that a little bit of this scented massage oil, which heats up as you rub it, would be fun, and this is $9.95. And so the date begins. My suitor Vic has come to pick me up in this gorgeous limousine. Well, romance is truly in the air now. We're inside the limousine. To drive around in this Splendor from JC Enterprises is going to cost you about $100 an hour. Dinner is always one of the main courses in any Valentine's Day celebration. Tonight we're going to be eating at Brownie's Bistro at the Best Western Fireside Inn. I'm going to be having the Atlantic salmon. Vic is going to be having the seafood brochette. We're both going to be having beggar's pouches for appetizers and, of course, some wine. Our dinner this evening cost us approximately $80. Well, the evening has come to a close, and Vic and I have retired to the tranquility-based fantasy suite at the Fireside Inn. Fortunately, this suite is already rented out for Valentine's Day at a cost of $195, which includes a complimentary breakfast and a bottle of champagne. So all in all, you're going to save yourself approximately $583.95 not having a significant other for Valentine's Day this year. From somewhere in space, I'm Brenda Marshall for Studio Q.
Charles St. Clair, in a fit of rage, ran out of the house, and his sweater caught on the doorknob, and he wiped out and went head first down the stairs and landed on his back, and his sweater's got big rips in it, and he's got big bruises all over the place.
The other day there was a big group of frosh, about 17 of them, all doing a big oil thigh by the JDUC, and they all went down at the exact same time. Domino effect, cracked their heads.
I was walking in slippery boots in that freezing rain day, and I got to the middle of a big puddle of icy water and slipped. My ass went up, my head went down, and as I lay on my back in the middle of the puddle, I heard some high-pitched giggling behind me, which is exactly what you want to hear when you're falling.
Okay, well, basically, we were looking at a house, and the floors were just freshly waxed, and on the way down the stairs, I had these wool socks on, so I took a wipe down the stairs. It was pretty embarrassing.
I went mountain biking, and I did a 27-foot jump, and I don't want to put this on TV.
Actually, a guy on my floor wiped out coming out the stairs from Matt Corey, but I think he's getting like $10,000 out of it. He's suing Queens.
I have no traction when you're running around naked when you're bare feet. And it took a huge wipe out, slid all the way down Earl Street underneath the cab, and I was naked.
My housemates have seen a lot of big falls, but I've been out of the falling scene.
I haven't taken any falls because of the rich Corinthian leather boots.
Definitely on the steps of the library where I fell from the top down to the bottom, and it really hurt. It was very embarrassing because I happened to be waving at someone at the time.
I was walking up towards Dining Hall, and I looked over towards Douglas. There was this girl waving, and then she just fell down the stairs right in front of Douglas.
The large standing pool that often forms outside of Alfie's in the by the sidewalk cafe after a lot of rain, and he was given $10 to stand up on the ledge and do a belly flop into the pool. And from what I heard, he fully completed it, and he was fully submerged. Head had to go under. He was completely soaked.
And his name was?
Charles St. Clair.
Hey, in Studio Q, you are amazing.
Brad, old man, saw you in Studio Q. Good job.
Hey, Brad, I saw you in Studio Q last night. Great job.
Jen, what is everyone talking about?
You don't know? Come on, let's go to Vids in the Hall. I'll show you.
Okay, what did you want to show me?
This is what I wanted to show you.
Oh, Studio Q. I can't believe I was on Studio Q and I never saw it.
Next week on Studio Q, are you ready for the formal? And can you afford it? Tune in because Studio Q will have a look at the best and cheapest ways to make your night memorable.
Hi, this is Joe Bird for Studio Q Sports. The Studio Q Gale of the Week is Kim Grutfeld. Kim is a fourth-year rehab student concentrating in occupational therapy. Grutfeld is a strong member of the Queens swim team and has been swimming competitively for 16 years. Before coming to Queens, Kim swam for the North York Aquatic Club in Toronto and then went on to a smaller club called TASC, where her mental training began. Kim considers mental training and team support as her keys to success. Grutfeld qualified for the national competition CIs in Victoria, BC next month, where she will compete in 100-meter breaststroke and 200 meters. In water polo, the Gales won silver at the OW Championships at Brock. A tough gold medal match against Toronto gave the Blues the edge with a 4-3 victory over Queens. At Bartlett on the weekend, the men were crushed by the Ryerson Rams with a score of 84-69. Dave Smart remained on top for the Gales with 23 points. The team is in a must-win situation if they want to clinch a playoff spot. They need to pull off 2 wins this weekend in Ottawa to remain in the running. In women's basketball action, the Gales toppled Ryerson with a decisive victory of 62-41. Vicki Wilson continued her strong scoring record with 20 points in the game. On the ice, the men's team battled against the league-leading University of Quebec Trois-Rivières and Ottawa over the weekend. Goalie Bill Landry was strong for the Gales against UQTR, but the efforts by the Gales were dimmed in overtime where UQTR got the winning goal with a 5-4 final score. At McMaster, the women's badminton team competed in the OW Championships. Queens, seeded number 1 in the regular season with 92 of 96 matches won, clinched 2 championship titles. Sarah Gibbings defeated Western 2-zip to take first place in singles. While in doubles, Sarah Gibbing and Shannon Namey came first, defeating Western 3-2. The fencing gals competed at RMC on Sunday. Women's FA advances to the OWs with Amy Olsen and Sarah Hinchcliffe advancing in individuals. The men's FA, sabre and foil advanced to OUs with Dave Arthurs and Alan Chung advancing in individuals. That's it for sports. I'm Joe Byrne.
This has not been the best of winters for students trying to walk around on campus, as ice and snow have caused some hazardous conditions. But there are some students here who thrive on those conditions, mainly the cross-country skiing team. Martin Ridlow takes this special look at the team.
Our sport cross-country skiing has been revolutionized because it's sort of become two sports in one. We have the classic technique. It's called classic because that's what cross-country skiing only was 10 years ago, where you put grip wax on your skis and you ski in tracks that have been pressed into the snow. But then it became a much faster technique was literally discovered and exploded overnight, where we do just like the skating style, and we use shorter skis, stiffer skis, longer poles, and we skate just like on ice skates, side to side with your skis in a V. Some races are designated where we're just supposed to do classic skiing, and some races are called freestyle, so everybody skates because it's faster. But start skating, and you're just lucky if you don't like snap your $300 pair of poles. Mass starts are great. You got to be really aggressive. Everybody lines up, usually a row of 10, and you can I've been up mass starts up to like 200 people, and it's like cross-country running. Everyone's just bumping into each other, but this time you have skis and stuff, and if one guy falls down, everybody will pile on top of him. You got to ski around, complete pandemonium. I love it. Last year, Queens did really well. We won the men won the OU banner. It was very exciting. We came first in the relay. It's very exciting to watch. It's in the OU's this year in the same place, and well, with a little bit of luck and some good waxing, which is always a difficult part of the sport, and some fast results, I think we have a good chance at maybe taking home the banner again. But one thing's for sure, that we'll have a good time that weekend. The ski team always has a good time.
Well, that's it for this week's show. Thank you very much for tuning in. Before we go, though, we have our weekly phone quiz. This week's question is, who won the AMS election? Now, if you know the answer to that question, please call us at 541-1040.
And you will be the proud owner of a 21-day, 8-ounce smoked meat sandwich from Luke's Smoke Shack on Princess and Division. As well, last week's winners, who are probably enjoying their smoked meat sandwich right now, are Ben Chambers and Suzanne Oliveira. So congratulations to them.
Congratulations, guys.
And as usual, if you want to give us a call or really say anything, phone us at 545-6699, or you can drop us a line. Our address is Studio Q, John Deutsch University Center, room 22, Kingston, Ontario, K7L 3N6.
Studio Q is also offering a very special dinner for 2 lucky people who can call us at 545-6699. Graham and I get the chance to be matchmakers next week, as these 2 lucky callers get to come out with us on a very special date.
That's the special part.
To a very fine restaurant in the Kingston area.
Morrison's Diner. No, we don't know where we're
not
going.
Morrison's. We're thinking Megalos, but we don't know for sure. So be sure to call us at 545-6699. This applies to both Thursday and Friday's show. And we will be choosing, as I said, 2 lucky winners to come out with us. And who knows, we might make a love connection between you. So let fate take its course, do-do-do, do-do-do, do-do, and give us a call.
That was fate right there.
That's what fate looks like, just so you know.
It certainly was. And once again, we are shooting here from Flowers and Things on Queen Street. If you're still trying to get a last-minute Valentine's Day gift, it's a great place. They have some good stuff here, so come on down. Anyway, thanks for watching Studio Q once again. For Studio Q, I am Graham Abbey.
And I'm Teza Lawrence. Take care, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.